and welcome to Waste Breakfast. We all discuss about everything governance, self-development, mental health, and of course, entertainment. My name is God's Beauty Israel, and I'm joined by my amazing co-anchor, Joy. Hi, guys.
Hi, God's Beauty.
How the hell did I say hi, guys?
I mean, no.
Hi,
I
babe.
also, when I came in this morning and I was getting mics and I said that I was the only one here.
Yeah.
I felt a bit of, there's this cold that got into me. I was like, no
Hey,
way.
the
Where's
fact
my
that
sister? And I had to call. I said, no, you're not going to leave me on this set alone. And
Oh
then
my
she said,
God.
sorry, I was stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
I said, traffic again. But I can't wait to have her back.
Is it Lagos or Hala? Lagos is stress.
It's very annoying.
I say Lagos is stress. You don't worry.
I mean, only called me and said, Joy, I'm so sorry. I'm stuck in traffic, but I'm going to be there very soon. So you guys may have to start without me, but I'm going to join you guys later. I said, okay, darling, don't worry. We're waiting.
Thinking of the fact that she's actually on the island, like she stays on the island.
It's horrible.
Just, I don't know, it's crazy.
Very
right?
hard.
I mean, if she's coming
Friday
from the
morning.
mainland now, I would have understood that, oh, okay, mainland things.
Yeah,
the
distance is
But the
quite
fact that
much.
she's on the island and you're still having traffic, babe.
It's horrible.
I don't know, man. I feel like the government should do better. Seriously.
Well, I'm tired of saying it. Honestly,
No,
I'm tired
truthfully,
of
because
saying
it's making it sound like it's just like a repetitive word. Like we keep saying this thing, but nothing is changing. Nothing is happening. See, if I tell you what's going on the news, like literally, let's just wait for that one because
I wish
seriously,
it's even possible
seriously,
to do this show without saying.
it is annoying.
For real, I wish it's possible to do this show without saying what's in the news, because no, the news is already tiring.
Do you get
But,
it? Assuming there are times where you actually read the news and we are hearing good news or updates that so road has been constructed, so bridge has been done. I'll be like, oh wow, my government is doing well.
Sometimes I ask
you
my fellow journalists, don't you wish to hear good news to write? But anyways, aside Nigeria, how are you doing, God's Beauty?
You don't want to know.
I want
Literally,
to know what I asked.
I'm okay. That's all I can say.
Is it the I am okay, or I am the faith okay, or I am the okay person?
I am the faith okay. That's it, basically.
Interesting.
So yes, I mean, I feel like today is going to be an interesting one by God's grace because, I mean, we're dealing on the topic, navigating the pros and cons of AI advancement. But before we even dive into that intriguing subject, let's go and catch a moment on the latest headline around the globe. Please stay with us. You're still watching Waste Breakfast. I'll be taking you on a captivating journey across Africa with The Punch, Nigeria's prime newspaper. The major headlines read, 16 governors back state police, submit report to federal government. Federal government awaits 20 state report, says National Economic Council. Presidency source insists all governors want state police. Incorporate state police into constitutional amendment. Governors tell National Assembly. Beneath the picture on the newspaper, smoke out illegal miners. Federal government tells 2,200 new mining marshals. Scores killed as bandits sack 9 Benue communities. Communities fear gridlock as construction resume on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Foreign trips, federal government may save over 5 billion naira quarterly. And above the masthead, National Labour Congress wants minimum wage April. Governors warn against bloated demand. State owe federal government 1.7 trillion naira budget loans. Naira appreciate to 1,382 to $1. Presidency cautious and speculators. And lastly, by the right side of the masthead, We have states warns monarchs against shielding suspects. So that's all on the headline for the Punch newspaper. The headline that piqued my interest is the major headline as usual that reads 16 governors back state police submit report to federal government. So 16 state governors have submitted report expressing their support for establishing state police to the National Economic Council. They have also recommended changes to the constitution to allow for the creation of state police. So literally, they want to create state police because they assume, or do I say, they are in agreed terms that once a state police is created for all states, right, they will not cross the boundaries with like outside the state. So they will just be working for the state, right? Now they believe that once they create this state police, it would help reduce the rates of kidnapping in Nigeria. If I'm being sincere, I don't see how that policy is going to work. Because now they did not just make it a bill, but it has been passed, and two-thirds majority of the National Assembly is actually in agreed terms. So it's definitely going to be added to the Constitution, right? Now, truthfully, I don't see how that's going to work, but I would allow them do their thing since they are government, right? I would allow you guys to do your thing. It's not even like I can even stop you, that's the thing. But I would sit down from where I am and watch you guys manifest this bill that is now turning law. You know, I want to see you guys, I want to see it in manifestation, and let's see how that would curb the raise of kidnapping in Nigeria. So
I picked up 3 interesting things about your story this morning. The first one is you people's stories by disturbing God's beauty's mental health.
Do you get?
Because why did you want to read the story? You're like, oh my God.
To be sincere, like it is, I don't know.
That was literally the first part that caught my attention. Secondly, I mean, I don't know if I should say, and as much as I don't see it's good enough, but I'd just say that well done, you're doing a good work. I mean, the Naira has appreciated to
1,382.
My dear, please. I know that it doesn't make any much of a difference because we can do a lot better. But if I am 200 Naira difference, my dear.
It's not even 1,3, it's 1,328.
Yes, compared
so approximately to when 1,400. 100 Naira difference.
Compared to when they were buying it 1,500 and 550.
As you come today, your transportation it
decreases. No, let's leave that first. But what I'm trying
What's the end point?
What I'm trying to come after is that I am one person that if I see the ills that the government is doing, I would always want to shout. I would always want to speak against it and say, no, you're not doing the work. You need to start doing the work. So getting to see baby steps, because this is practically not just baby steps. This is crawling infant step. Not even a baby, this is an infant step, but hey, well done. And this space you have started on, please, don't stop it. Keep going forward and forward. And we are here to always support you as good law-abiding citizens. And then again, the third thing that actually caught my interest in your story is that it's annoying that is now that you people are coming to realization that they need to be state police. We've been singing this thing like an anthem for long. The truth is what we need in Nigeria is state policing. We need state policing because they would have concrete knowledge and interest, right, of what is going on around the states as opposed to federal policing. You can't be in Abuja trying to work on security in Port Harcourt. Neither can you be in Lagos trying to work security in Delta. So you need to have people who are within that locality. And, well, since they finally come to the realization, I think it's a good start. We are hoping that it's not just words, but then it comes into action.
I mean,
that's just basically what I pray for. So I would be moving away from the African continent and going into the international spectrum. I miss my baby girl, and I will be guarding you this morning from the Guardian newspaper, United Kingdom. And the major headline reads, U.S. toughens stance to call for immediate Gaza ceasefire. This Gaza story is, I mean, to me, it's getting long overdue. I really wish it could stop it. And then beneath the newspaper, the bottom left reads, top lawyers urges judges to leave all male Garrick. And beside that, at the bottom right, I have child poverty soared in high cost of living crisis. Above the newspaper, I have idolatry is so fleeting. Steve Martin on 50 years in comedy. Okay, makes sense. And then right next to that, I have Gabriella. I was too scared to go on stage with Prince. Now, the story that is really standing out to me and getting my interest is the bottom right that reads, child poverty soared in cost of living crisis. Now, the story states that about 300,000 more children were plunged into absolute poverty in a single year at the height of the cost of living crisis amid soaring levels of hunger and food bank use. Official figures shows that prompting calls for an overhaul of the UK creaking welfare safety nets. Now, campaigners accuse the government of failing to protect the UK poorest families, as the latest poverty statistic shows that 600,000 people fell into absolute poverty. Now, the minister prevailed poverty measures in 2022 to 2023 when inflation was as its 10% peak. Now, why is this story getting my interest? I intentionally wanted to read this story to come to the eyes, ears, and knowledge of Nigerians to say that when I say Nigeria is not the worst country in the world, I am being factually and truthful about it. Nigeria is not the worst country. We are the most blessed. I want to say we are literally the most blessed country, because when it comes to food, weather condition, when it even comes to brain work, we are top, top, top. Let's be honest with ourselves. Now, there is a high cost of living, and in Nigeria, we're already saying that the cost of living is not even conducive for the living again.
So
I wonder who wants to now use the cost of living. But this has now transposed into the international space, and so much that our previous godmother, that's the United Kingdom, that's Britain, is also in this set of crisis. Now, what is annoying here is that it's affecting children more. You're calculating you're on a scale of 300,000 children are plunged into abject poverty, absolute poverty, because there is no food and there is hunger in the land. So this is to say that it's not only Nigeria that has been affected by these things. But then again, in as much as these numbers are as huge as this, you don't get to see the repercussion as intense as it is right here in Nigeria. And that's why I come back to our government to say, if you guys want to do the work, you will do the work, because guess what? You know how to do the work. You know the work you need to do. You know how to strategize and do that work, and it's to come into action. Take a look now. It is now they remember they want to look into state policing. Okay, because ransom has gotten to the ears that they're already demanding the president to pay in dollars. Okay, now they remember, okay, we really need to start getting state policing. $5 billion. So now there is need to get state policing. There is a work that needs to be done, and they know the work to do. So when you are trying to say, look at this other country, their own is not as bad as our own. No, you don't use that as a measurement. You don't use that as a yardstick for yourself, because the people you are dealing with are not those people. So, hey, I mean, this is me saying to the United Kingdom government, the Britain rather, please, please, and please, and please, whatever it is that is going on in the circle, I don't know, and I'm not sure I'm interested to know that. All I'm interested to hear is, please and please, let's try to make this world a better place, and that's all I'm going for, because I know we'll not always spend all the years in this world. So the little time we have, let's try to make good use of it. And I mean, to those who are really suffering in hunger, this is me sending sympathy to you. I wish I could send you food, but we said we don't get food for here. So, I mean, it's that bad. So, sympathy, that's it for me.
Speaking about food, is it the ones that those hoodlums carry? 100 bags
Maybe
of rice.
hoodlums, if you will go and beg, because I really wish I could help, but even me myself, I don't get food to send for myself. So
I mean, I feel like Joy has said it all. You know, I mean, things that literally happen around the globe, and I hope that the people in power, that's the government, they are doing something to make sure that their citizens see food and they are well taken care of health-wise. So that's all, I mean, around the globe. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, get ready. We're going to be shaking the table. Stay with us.
Realistically speaking, there's no way you tell me that somebody, somewhere, somehow doesn't have an inkling of what's going on. In those villages, okay, fine, we say, okay, there are rural areas and all. Does it mean that they do not have security? You mentioned something about, okay, how long will it take them to get there? The truth is that I don't think those people even exist. Like the law enforcement agencies, I don't think they even exist in those areas, because how far away is the forest that they've taken 200 people into? That first of all, you can't hear voices. You can't see footprints.
Did they burrow holes? Are they rabbits?
Underground?
Did they pass through holes that were burrowed?
No
Do
evidence.
you not have the topography of the area? I mean,
and we're suffering as a result of it. Nigerians need to be more interested in those numbers because you see, if you open those documents, Miriam, you will cry. You will look for this country. It's a travesty what happens where projects are repeated year in, year out. For example, you say vehicles for a particular ministry, and you find that every year they're buying vehicles. And you wonder, are they recruiting new staff every year? The reason that we are not developing at the pace that we ought to develop, for example, is that we're under budgeting. We are now finding repetitions, copy and paste budget processes, and all of that. So this is really terrible. It's something that we've got to fight.
Security is rooted in abject poverty.
absolutely.
Ethnicity, religious bigotry, and all of that. So until we address all of that, we must understand these root causes and find a lasting solution to poverty. Poverty, I mean, talking solutions, it's not about giving stipends of 5,000 naira as empowerment. It's not going to solve anything because 5,000 naira is going to finish, and then tomorrow they come back. They're back on the street.
Yeah.
If a policeman lives in the environs of where he's policing, these people are not strangers. They're your neighbors. And then it drives home the point that one day it could be your child.
Of course.
You're still watching West Breakfast. So yeah, today we'll be discussing the topic navigating the pros and cons of AI advancement. Remember, you can join this conversation, right, by either sending us an SMS or a WhatsApp message or even phoning in. The numbers are displayed on the screen. So yeah, Annie, how are you? I mean, do I say joining us is Oni Lawani,
Hi guys.
our international babe.
Hi guys. I know you
Wow,
guys
you
missed
left me on
me.
the international journey alone. I was not looking for it, pass.
I'm
Wahala.
sorry. I know you guys missed me. Really wasn't
Kenny.
my fault, but you know I'm back now, so that's that.
As a buddy.
Yeah.
Let me skip the part that I said it's not your fault, but let's move on. How are you? How you doing?
I'm great.
Are you sure?
Amen to being great. That's all I can say. Amen to being great.
I don't understand what
Sister,
Joy
let me
is doing.
skip the part.
Yes,
no.
no, she said it's not. So let me just no,
Okay.
truly, yeah. Joy said you were
I mean,
hit
with
on
that,
traffic.
when I
right?
called her,
you were on the island, but
You're
traffic held you.
traffic.
So
Right?
absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I get
like,
it.
like she
I'll
said,
blame it on the government.
Lagos traffic is doing something to my mental health.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Yeah,
Hey,
Oh, wow.
turn up on this.
I'm here now, so
Okay.
Oh my God. So, I mean, we're dealing on navigating the pros, like pros are advantages, right? And cons, the disadvantages of AI, which is artificial intelligence. Now, if I'm to actually break this, you'd agree with me that in the previous days, or let me not say older generation this time, because I don't think what we're talking about has anything to do with generation like that. So it's more of in the olden days, like now we are more in a modernized era, right? So in the olden days or in the ancient times, it's very, I mean, you cannot find this cup, you can't find a whole lot of things, you can't find this phone. So you would say that technology has actually revolved, so many things has changed. Guess what? Okay, before when we are ending this particular discussion, I would want to hear which invention or which technology you're waiting for. Because no, truthfully speaking, I have a whole lot of technologies I'm waiting for. But that brings us to the fact that people feel like with this technology that is coming up, with these new things that are coming up, it now makes certain people lazy, right? I mean, there's this idea that no, when you do all of these robots, I mean, do you know we have robots that actually assist us with so many things?
Yeah.
I think I was speaking to you yesterday about the incubator that's been done now. That I mean, immediately you have the egg and the sperm comes together and it forms out I think it's the embryos they call it, right? You just put it immediately in the incubator and it starts growing. Like you don't need, women don't need to carry child, you know. So there are a whole lot of beautiful things now that has been made. There are AIs now that speak like us. Look at ChatGPT now, bro. I was telling one of my my seniors. I was telling one of my seniors that back then in school, when you want to write letters, oh Jesus, it's a headache, right? To the fact that me personally, there's not letter you tell me to write that I won't deliver for you. Like that's how much I had to learn it. So I will not fail WAEC now. Do you remember? But right now, my junior sister now is about writing WAEC. Guess what? Auntie send a question for me. She just sent, and they asked me to write a letter to one governor. I just, to me, I was a bit busy, so I just took everything down to ChatGPT. And guess what? ChatGPT just brought it out. Like, it gave me like 3 examples. Bro, it just shows that life has become better. Right? But some people, I feel like certain people don't want to embrace this betterness. They just feel like, no. It is really bad because if you're now allowing computer do all of these things, it will now take so many people out of their jobs. So today I want to checkmate the advantages and disadvantages. Let's see which is more stronger, which has a bit more. You know, so we know if truly we need to embrace this AI thing, or we just need to tell all the scientists that are into this whole AI construction or invention, we need to tell them to please put it on a pause for now. What do you think? So let's start with Joy.
Okay, so for me, artificial intelligence, the invention of artificial intelligence has been kind of amazing and interesting.
I mean,
so it has a lot of advantages, and the one that stands out to everything, in fact, once you just hear AI, the first thing that just pops up into your head and stares at you at your face is it is increasing my productivity, it's increasing my efficiency, because AI-powered systems, right, can process and analyze large amounts of data and information, and within the snap of a second, it is just bringing it out for you. Now that will now help you to make faster decisions. That would help you to be very efficient at your job. What you're going to use 10 minutes to do in less than a minute,
You're done.
in less than a minute, you are done with it and you're moving on to the next. So AI has been that wonderful that has really, really, really helped a lot of people. And the truth about, or the most interesting thing about it is, you say AI is technology, it's into tech. But guess what? It is not just helping the tech. Now, it is going across various
board.
industries,
Yeah,
various
sectors.
fields, and various careers. In the medical sector, you could have a surgery done and your doctor is not there with you. Like,
Yeah.
you can't see your doctor face to face,
AI be doing
but you're
things.
having your surgery done. In the media sector, you can be hearing a news report being read to you, but you don't see the presenter that is reading the news to you. Where do I even want to put it again? I mean, there's so many places where you have this efficiency being done. Even in the education sector, it's helped a lot of people to know. For those that really want to learn, it will help you to learn, because by the time you don't know how to do something and then you send it to AI does it for you. You are seeing that, okay, this is how it can be done to be better. Okay, I can improve on it, because no matter, I say a lot of times that no matter the AI that is there, your human brain will always still be needed. It will still always be needed no matter what. So by the time you do all of this, it just helps a lot in increasing the productivity across board within a limited time frame, because guess what? Time waits for no man, baby.
I mean, I hear you when you say it increases productivity. But I don't want to say what's on my mind. Let me hear Oni with a disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't picked a stance yet, but
Okay.
obviously, in order to decide whether AI is AI is beneficial or whether it does carry a lot of disadvantage, I would like to first of all define what AI is. So AI is pretty much artificial intelligence that refers to computer systems being able to perform tasks that only humans could perform throughout history, such as reasoning, making decisions, solving problems, and thinking. And in cases of whether AI is, or whether like there's an advantage to AI and or there's a disadvantage, I mean, you can look at it from both sides, right? There's always a good and bad part to every side or to everything. And with AI, yes, AI has paved like a new way for us in the digital age and has created, new sources of just doing things easier. But at the same time, you also have to look at the problems that AI has also caused in today's society and the disadvantages such as costly implementations, potential human job loss, and lack of emotion and creativity. And also the fact that have you seen them videos where like you take somebody's face, right? And like you put it in a video and like that person is pretty much like speaking or doing things that but like it's not even the person. So in recent times I've heard multiple stories of where people have used AI to pretty much steal people's identities and use people for promotional purposes without their permissions. People have also used AI to create sex tapes of other people and posted them online. So I feel like alongside with the advantages, I mean, like we humans just always have to, whenever we're giving something, we just always have to take it and, turn it into what it's not meant to be. And I feel like we are the causes, or we are the reason why people would look at AI and think that there are disadvantages to it. It's just based on how like we use it and how yeah.
I get
I
it.
have a question for
Okay,
Oni, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much not to dissect away from what you're saying, but while you were speaking, I mean, a thought just came into my head. Now, can we imagine that the entire world was actually about robots and there was no human being in the world? Would we still have this advantage of AI? Because I hear you clearly, and what you said is very correct. The use of AI, I mean, trust us, we're all humans. We would always want to do the negativity of things, no matter that we know that this thing that is coming to us is just for good benefits.
Yeah.
But we want to turn it around and still use it for
the
bad
bad-
things.
yeah.
So just imagine that the entire world be robots, and you're a robot, I'm a robot, she's a robot, we're all robots. Would we still have this disadvantage of AI? I mean, looking from what AI stands on, what it speaks.
In terms of that, I mean, I would still say yes, we would still have the disadvantages because you can't tell me there's going to be a world where like we're all, I mean, like who made us? who created us.
Just
you know,
imagine.
no, that's
Stop
very much,
imagining.
that's very much unimaginable. And haven't you seen like them movies where like, okay, you have a robot, right, that was created by its so-called maker,
Human,
and
yeah.
eventually this robot, you know, gained intelligence or gained more knowledge than
The maker
than
itself.
no than it's meant to, and then like the robot ends up taking over and like just like destroying things. And I feel like, yeah, like AI is obviously a good thing, but like the way we humans are using it in today's society, that's where the disadvantages honestly comes along. Because yes, you can use AI for things that are good or for beneficial things, but at the same time, if you look at what's actually happening today, people are taking AI and using it out of context. People are using AI against other people or to damage other people's reputations. And yeah, I mean, it's just a bit weird.
So, I mean, I've heard you with all your disadvantages, right? But I still feel like there are still some good things that we still need to know about AI. So, Joy, would you hit us up with that?
Okay, so I don't know why that stuff is still in my head. Because I can imagine rubbish
Please
sometimes.
don't imagine.
Alright, so there's we also have the part of things like scientific breakthroughs.
Okay.
What AI helps to dissect things into tiny bits and pieces, and it helps to also accelerate the scientific research and scientific study by automating data results. Now, what does help is for those of us who are researchers and who love to research about things, who love to have in-depth knowledge, to invent something new, to think about, okay, how can we discover something, especially those in the discovery field of life. This helps a lot. AI, that's what I mean by this now.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to clear that now. AI helps a lot. Now, there's an AI program that's called AlphaFold. Now, it's capable of predicting a protein structure based on its amino acid sequence, which would be a great help in drug discovery and development. So, especially, I feel like those of them in the medical field are the ones that seriously need AI.
AI,
Because guess what? The world is entirely changing. A lot of things are changing. Now, we have cases of there's hunger, there's famine, people are getting sick. So a lot of things are just coming up, and there are different kinds of sickness you're hearing nowadays that you're wondering, where was it before an extension? But now, all of a sudden, it's just staring at our face. So the medical people are always on their A games, always on their toe, trying to discover, okay, what drug can we do to help? I think till now, there's still no drug for HIV or AIDS. It's just to prevent it or to manage it, but to cure it totally, it's not there. I don't know about cancer. I think there's a drug now.
Yeah,
So
not all cancer.
exactly,
Yeah,
not
some
all
that-
cancer.
yeah.
So with the help of AI, I mean, I just saw somebody fell down now. That was terrible. But with the help of AI, it's what AI helps the medical field to do is, in terms of scientific breakthrough, it helps them to be very fast with their research. Now, I want to know, what can I determine to this, to bring together to get a drug that will solve this problem, as opposed to getting a rat, send a rat to the lab, and then doing all my yadi, my points and kill and this, and I use the rat as an experiment. I just have something else I could literally do that gives me an accurate data, because bearing in mind that most times, not all the times anyways, but most times, the data result that comes out from AI tools are usually correct and accurate. Not just correct, but accurate. So look at this from the angle of you're getting accurate data. You don't need to do it manually by yourself. You just punch in some lines and some dots, and it gives you accurate data. You're moving on to the next thing. And just in the space of 1 or 2 months, we could have like 30,000 drugs that could cure a lot of sicknesses. Is already out. So this now helps to save a lot of lives, pushing those drugs out there. So it helps in life saving, time efficiency, and the world just keep moving on. And as fast as the world is moving, we're moving as fast as it goes.
So, I mean, I feel like, how to put that now? I feel like AI actually has more better advantage. I feel like it's just the way would use it that would not determine, you know. We'll be going on a short break, and when we'll come back, we'll continue for that discussions. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about navigating the pros and cons of AI advancement. That's the advantages and disadvantages of artificial intelligence, you know. I mean, the world has really gone global and so many things are in transformation. So, I mean, we're just talking about the fact that are the advantages more than the disadvantages, and how do we see, I mean, from in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years, just agree that there will be a whole lot of changes in a whole lot of things. Probably, probably will not be needed here to be entertaining you. Maybe there will be a robot on set. Have you thought about that before?
I will not think about it because no, I'm not ready for an AI or a robot to replace me on this scene.
Oh
I want to
God.
have a communication with my audience. So
I
now,
mean,
AI is not sitting here.
that takes us to what sectors do you think we don't need AI on? Because I mean, you just said it before we went for break that the health sector needs the AI advancement. They need it like 100%. What sectors do you think we don't need the AI?
So speaking about this, I mean, something popped up to me. I was literally saying, okay, it's true. What sector exactly really doesn't need AI? Even education needs AI. We need to be fast with the things we learn.
So what when you say education, can you
The educational sector and the schools, well, why I had to do this right now is that I remember last month, ChatGPT went down. Oh God, a lot of university students were like, their lives are over.
Jesus.
But no.
But that's the thing. There's dependent. Sorry.
Do you not agree that AI makes people lazy? I mean, let's talk about education, right? You see nowadays, like, obviously, like, before the invention of AI, how people would obviously, like, take their time to study and learn things. Now it's like, people don't even learn anything. Like, you just go on ChatGPT or, like, any AI website, and you just type whatever, and it's literally just there for you. I feel like it does have an educational disadvantages because kids nowadays really are not learning anything, and they're being lazy. So I would say that that's also like another disadvantage of AI. It's not being used to, like, you know, the best of their abilities or like the right way.
You know, I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about. I think it escaped my mind. When you're talking about the fact that it increases productivity, the creativity part now is down. I gave you an example of me and my geniuses, right? Now, because of, she knows that, Beauty has it all covered for me. She has something that will just bring out the answer. She will not bother doing the assignment herself. Yeah. She will just send it to me and she's like, oh, Beauty, please help me do this thing. Do you get? So imagine now that she has a phone now to herself. There will not be a whole lot of things she'll be doing. Why? Because she will not be dependent on technology, which I feel like it is not supposed to be so. Apart from the fact that many people would lose their job, because trust me when I say script writing now is a job of somebody. But ChatGPT can do that.
Exactly.
So you see? So apart from the fact that many people will be out of jobs, it just reduces creativity. What you want to say to that, Joy?
So I love the fact that you say script writing, and I'll come to that because I'm a script writer, right? So a lot of times people think, just put it inside AI, AI will write it for you. Now this is where I still come back to say, no matter the AI that's in the world, human intelligence will still be needed. Because if I am trying to write, take for instance, the Delta State killing that happened and 7 soldiers died, and I want to write a script about it, I'm going to tell AI, give me a script that Delta State, 7 people died yesterday in Delta State, and write a script for me about that. Sorry, the person that programmed it doesn't even know that such a thing has happened.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that it was literally somebody who had programmed this thing into motion, and it has its own parameters at which it works with. It doesn't go beyond the parameters it works with. So there is still a limited level of intelligence it has. So which still brings me to the part that human intelligence would still always be needed. But where we can navigate it to our use is that as you see that AI is trending and is developing, you to your own human intelligence, you're developing it and you're moving it forward. That's the only way it can work.
That's a nice one. Oni, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, and also just to add to that, I mean, like, if you really think about it and you look at things, or you look at the way things are going nowadays, you see that most kids nowadays are actually more so failing than passing, because I mean, when it comes to doing your assignments or doing your what's projects or whatever, like you have the use of AI, right? But then when it comes down to your exams and you're left to sit in that exam hall by yourself on your ones, then that's where the real struggle comes. Because like these people have literally they've been dependent on AI and they relied on AI to, you know, give them like all these answers or like teach them all these certain things, but then what they're not realizing is that like AI is not necessarily like helping you educationally. What it's doing is giving you an easy way out because you're not really benefiting from it. And that's why you see nowadays most kids are not passing, most kids are failing, and it's just seen as, oh yeah,
I get it.
that's a problem.
Okay, so what, apart from the educational sector and health sector, right? When you work on that sector, what sector do you think doesn't need an AI?
I'll also say, I'll okay say the creativity sector, right? Because like Joy said, when we talk about the creativity sector, we talk about people who are into script writing, whether it's script writing, whether it's songwriting, whether it's video editing, or like these people, like these are actually like current jobs in today's society, right? But like when we put AI, or when we talk about AI, I feel like if AIs were to be included in that sector, then these people would really not have a job to do, because I mean the same thing they're doing, like Joy said, right? AI could do it and probably even do it better. So I feel like AI should be limited to certain sectors. It should be limited to certain sectors. If not, in a couple years from now, I don't think we're gonna like what the world is gonna become. Yeah, what the outcome is gonna be.
Okay, so what I would say is, I think my take on this whole AI thing is, so how do I put it now? I don't think the advantages are more or disadvantages are more. What I would just say is, I think the scientists that are involved in the invention of this AI need to be cautious on the kind of AI they are bringing out. You know, you have to be extremely careful, and I'm looking for the right big word for it, because if you are to invent things, you have to make sure that you're not inventing something that will kill you. You know, you have to invent something that you know that you can control at every time. Because trust me, when we start doing this whole AI thing, see, AI is beautiful. It helps with jobs. It makes us smart. I was speaking to somebody. I said, nowadays, I mean, this is 2023, and at this age and time, nobody should be working hard. You need to work smart. You get me? You need to work very smart. And trust me, the only way we can work very smart is using what the utilities we have, the facilities that we have, the AI we have now, right, to our advantage. But we have to be conscious of the kind of AI we bring out to the world. I was doing my research, and a particular scientist, Stephen Hawking, he warned that AI could be the end of humankind. He fears the consequences of creating something that can match or surpass humans. So you see, it's not enough to build an AI that works smart. But when you start building something that we can't control at the end of the day, it becomes a problem. And let's not use our hand to construct something that will be the end of mankind. That's just the end part for me. You know, it's good that we have a lot of things that can make work easy, make work faster, make work beautiful. But we should now speak to this our scientists. Even Elon Musk had to say that, see, it is good to have things that would make our work easy. But when you start building certain things that surpasses human strength, it becomes a problem. So that's literally my end point on that.
But God's beauty, let's look at it from the place of the invention of artificial intelligence is slowly beginning to eradicate job opportunities from people, which you just mentioned.
I mean,
and I'm looking at it in the context of Nigeria. Good though. Wait, AI comes. No. See, that's the thing about invention and innovation. The person who is inventing based on his locality, based on the place where he is. So he's trying to use the people he has as a measurement, as a yardstick to say, okay, this is the kind of problem I want this thing to solve. So let's say there's an invention of I'm trying to use the best AI I know of right now to say, okay, let me just paraphrase. Yes, let me use a robot now coming to do media work. or let's say,
I think there
let's
is,
say
to be
there's
sincere.
AI that is building a house for you right
Okay.
over there in America. Now, what the person has invented that AI or that robot to do is that I want this house to be built without human error. I don't want to have a case of there's a human error,
Yeah.
something went wrong,
So one
something
sand is not okay, or the
exactly
cement is not
one
there.
thing like
Yeah,
that's happened.
yeah.
Everything's just happening here and there. So let me just invent a technology, right, that can build a house for me, and I don't need any human being there. That can work in the United States, but no, it will not
Nigeria.
work in Nigeria because what are the bricklayers supposed to eat from?
You know, that's
What
the
are
thing.
the builders supposed to eat from? What are the architects supposed to deal with? Where would they now get another means of livelihood? Bearing in mind that job opportunity in Nigeria already is scarce. So imagine that it is scarce, you're now bringing that same AI there. You have
You
totally
just
thrown us off balance.
you scattered
So
everything.
I think it's
get it.
something we need to look at for
Yeah.
to say, okay, what works for A might not work for B.
It definitely will not work for B. In a
as much
country
as-
like Nigeria,
in
nah.
as much as it is good, we still need to look at, okay, as good as it can be, how can we still mitigate it that it
Yeah.
can serve? Because if AI comes to take everyone's job, it will not be funny. I'm just even picturing how would the world turn to what is now going to be the economic status of the world.
Yeah, it's going to be worse.
Because, like, as
That
Joy
is an
said,
understatement because right now it is bad.
it's gonna be, it's
True.
gonna, because as Joy said, like, there, like, especially in Nigeria, right, in this economy, right, there are a lot of people who do set jobs, right? Like, let's say bricklayers or people who are in creativity sectors, or even coming down to education. I mean, at some point, if AI keeps evolving the way it's evolving, I'm pretty sure teachers will not even be needed, because what are you really teaching when there's AI?
Yeah.
Like, what are you really teaching? So I feel like as much as AI has been helpful and it has like set benefits, that it still needs to be limited down to a certain point, because if not, in a couple years, we will be struggling.
So I mean, finals to this year, I just feel like they should put a pause to certain kind of AI construction so that we don't end up building what will kill us at the end of the day. And at the same time, in as much as this AI is being constructed, just like Joy said, we should now look at our economic state and know the kind of AI we are to build. So we don't build something that in the next 10 to 15
to
years from
affect
now,
us.
it's, you know, I mean, that's the end point. It's good that
It's
we have these
already
things,
starting
but
to
we
affect us.
you
It's
see,
already
so
starting
I mean,
to affect
it's
us.
a whole lot. We'll be going on a break. and
Sorry,
then we'll come
sorry,
back.
God's beauty. I'm so sorry. I think we have a WhatsApp message.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
it on the group just
Oh my
now.
God. Let's take it. Let's take it.
Okay,
Come on.
so the message reads, "Hello, beautiful ladies. I really love the show you're doing. Thank you very much. About AI, how can we effectively put it to use when internet data is not even efficient in this country?
Can you imagine?
I believe if we have good data in terms of affordability, very correct, we could use a lot of AI to solve some of the problems we have in this country. My name is Uche from PH. That's Port Harcourt. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much, Uche.
Thank you for sending that. But I mean, it's true. When we don't have affordable data in this country, I want to say AI. So how will you even effectively use it?
you get-
Because it needs the internet at the end of the day.
I mean,
yeah,
that
thank you,
I think
Uche.
that just brings us back to the economy. It brings us back to the government. So just like we in Nigeria, do you know that there are some phones in the UK or in US that are not like this, like they're like transparent. They're like transparent. Sorry, they're like
That phone
transparent
is,
phone.
What's this Nickelodeon movie?
Let me remember. It's
Harry
Thundermans,
Danger.
Harry
Yes,
Danger.
Harry Danger.
Do you know that transparent phone?
Yeah.
So you see that they have different kinds of phones that can be used.
Oh,
there are
no.
phones
Oh, no,
that
honey.
are down to like.
Those are not real. That's cartoon.
Okay.
Oh really?
That's
No, I
cartoon.
feel like there are other rules.
country.
We really need to. But regardless,
leave.
I mean,
That's
endpoint
cartoon, honey.
Endpoint is those economic, like the economic in the US now are quite different. So in as much as we want to utilize and make use of this AI in order for us to work smarter and better, right? We also have to look at our economic status. A country like Nigeria, I feel like that should not even be what we should be thinking about right now.
have a lot of
We should be
problem.
dealing on the state policing that we are on, you know, and allow the US do their thing. And with time, I think with time, we intend to transform, we intend to associate with those AI. I think by then we would have a more standard economic system in Nigeria.
Hopefully.
So I mean, that's it basically. Do you have any?
I mean, thank you, Uche,
That was
because you just brought
what we
another
did
insight to
review.
the conversation. I didn't even remember the affordability of
You know.
internet in this country. It's hell.
Truthfully speaking, thank you so much, Uche. So yes, I was talking about invention that you weren't. Like,
No, I thought this guy was going to
technology
forget this
is
question.
a lie.
I really wanted you to forget this question. Oh my God, I really wanted you to forget this
Yeah,
question.
what? Tell me, what invention?
Only what
are you waiting
invention
for?
would you like to create?
What? Not create. What invention are you waiting for? She's
Okay,
not,
yeah.
she's not a scientist now. Are you a scientist? No. So
I mean, I could be anything.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
That's to say.
I don't hear you. What
Um,
invention are you waiting for?
What invention?
Or
am I waiting
technology?
for?
Anyone?
Look here. I'm waiting for. I mean, it's already happening. Flying
Okay.
cars.
Flying cars.
I mean, it's already happening. Like,
Oh, wow.
there are already like flying cars out there. But
Nice.
I mean,
Nice,
I think
nice.
I'm just waiting for it to come into full effect. But I don't even know how that's gonna play out.
But you sure you know that in Nigeria?
No,
here,
no,
you cannot use that
I know
one.
it's
You
not
go to
coming.
UK.
I know it's not coming here anytime soon.
Better.
I know that for a fact.
Okay. No, I think that invention does make sense. I mean, nice. Flying cars. Okay. I know we've heard of it a lot of time, but I don't think I've actually seen like a
What we've
video
been able to get
of
to Nigeria
it.
is cable cars.
I beg, just leave
It's
Nigeria
cable
alone
cars.
first.
No, for real, it's in I think Calabar.
I think it
Cable
is.
cars
It is.
are
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it is. But I mean, flying cars works. Just leave the cable. So let's hear yours.
So the invention I'll be waiting to see is
Mm-hmm.
the invention that can help Nigerian government.
Ha.
Because at this point, maybe we need AI to help us to think and to execute our actions.
Wahala.
Because I feel like the human intelligence there is working, but we are not just seeing the effect of it. So maybe we need an inventor to invent a technology that can help us fight all the issues and problems that we are having. At least, if not all, basically cost of living that is rising high, even higher than the living, and then insecurity that's just coming up. I mean, I'm just waiting for that kind of invention. I will personally purchase it.
So I mean, that's it basically. But if the invention I will tell you I'm waiting for is an invention that this lift, right? If it's possible, instead of us going to the airport, we just have something that probably just talks on our phone, and we pay everything that we need to pay, and it just comes to our doorstep. We enter, and in the next few minutes, we are at where we want to be.
That's
It
never
will help
gonna
you
happen.
more.
That's not.
Oh my God! Just say what
You know one thing. You know
What is
one thing.
she-
You know one thing.
what is
Should
she
I
on
shock you?
about?
Should I shock you?
Yes.
Now the thing is, the impossible things are what is happening now. The impossible things are becoming possible, whether you like it or not, and that's what AI is about.
Sorry.
Truthfully.
You're
Don't worry,
pretty much-
we'll both be in this.
You're
We'll
pretty
both
much
be in this
talking about
place.
teleportation. I mean, you probably
Teleporting.
need
I
Juju
love
for
it.
that. That's not an AI business. That's not an AI business. That's not an AI business.
Well, I just said I'm waiting for that. literally.
it ain't gonna
It is
come.
my technology.
You think
I
if
love
there's
being
a button
here.
in this world that would take me away from here,
It's
I would
not
not press
gonna
it too
come.
long ago. And no, don't worry.
Why you
It's-
not wear witchcraft? I love that.
Exactly. So you see, you've come back to even answer your
No.
question. When I'm not from one state.
Oh my God. I feel like today has actually been an interesting one. The use of AI, I mean, like we said earlier, it's a good thing, but I feel like the scientists should also know the boundary and where to stop. So yes, thank you. Big thanks to all our fantastic viewers. And thank you so much, Uche, for your contribution and your question. It has been an interesting one. You know, today's ride was really, really good. Tune in again tomorrow for another exciting discussion full of even more wisdom and entertainment. And remember to catch Waste Prime at 8 p.m. where learning and laughter collide for true and wonderful experience. So from me and my awesome buddies, it's goodbye for now. We can't wait to chat you on Monday. Did I say tomorrow?
I was going to ask.
Did I say tomorrow?
Where's
Did I
lunch?
say tomorrow? Oh my God. On Monday. Sorry guys. On Monday. So till then, stay informed, stay inspired, and stay tuned. See you again. Bye.
Bye.